Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Friday. So today for our YouTube, we're going to be using a bundle that I've used a few times, but I haven't overused it. It's called A Fish and a Wish. So it's that stamp set and the coordinating punch, which is the fish builder. Okay, so this is in the annual catalog, and it's a cling stamp set. You get 10 stamps in the set. And they have awesome sayings. It has not only the fish, I guess you get 4 fish, but you also get the leaves, like what's that called at the bottom of the sea? I don't know. Obviously not a fish person, really. Never fished much. But it's really cute. It's got the waves. It's got sending well wishes, here for you, love never fails, a sea of thanks. So I'm going to stamp with this stamp set today, and I'm going to use the technique. It's the baby wipe technique, where you make your own stamp pad with a baby wipe. And so this is an old technique that, you know, maybe 10 or 15 years ago was very popular, and now just don't see it that often, but it's kind of making a reappearance. And so I thought, let's do this today and see if you like it. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so hang on a second, make sure this is, there we go. The colors that I'm going to use today, I'm going to use my reinkers. I'm going to use Calypso Coral, Pacific Point, and Pool Party. So these are the 3 colors that I'm going to use today. I'm not going to use the pads, just going to use the reinkers. Okay. I have my little tray here, and I have a baby wipe. And so you want your baby wipe to be juicy, right? I know these things dry out. I've had several of them dry out, in fact. And I am going to probably use 2 of them. I really want to pull them all out. There we go. I'm going to use 2 of them. So they're not super thick. These aren't super thick. So I'm going to double them up like that. But you want it smooth, okay? So you need it to be kind of like a stamp pad. All right. I think that's going to be perfect. Okay, so now a little bit thick. You don't really need to use 2 if they're kind of heavy ones, but if they're these thinner ones, use 2. Okay, so give your reinkers a shake if you haven't used them in a while, because like everything, they can settle. Okay, so I'm just going to make little drops of ink, and you can always come back and make more. Okay. Start with the Calypso Coral, then I'm going to do some Pool Party. Put one here. I don't know how big of a pad I really need. These stamps aren't huge. You kind of have to judge by the shape, the size of your stamps, how much ink you might really want. How big of a space, rather, you might need. Sometimes I can't talk and think at the same time. Okay, looking good. Okay, so now I have my cardstock. I'm using white cardstock. And this is, make sure you don't have ink on your fingers. This is actually a little bit smaller than 4 by 5 1/4. This is actually like 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, because I'm going to layer it. So I'm going to layer it on a little bigger piece. So I've got it cut down just a smidge. Okay, so the stamps I'm going to use this one. Okay, get a block here. Nice if I had a block. I'm going to use this one. And then I'm going to use this smaller one, which is this one. Those are the 2 I'm going to use today. Okay, so here we go. So you will need to have your cleaner handy, right? Because you're going to want to clean your stamp in between the time you stamp it and then you go back and stamp it again. You want to clean it because it starts getting muddled otherwise. Okay, so we're just going to do that. See how this goes. Ooh, not very dark. Okay. Kind of wanted it to be a little darker. Let's see. Let's add some more reinker. My baby wipe was fresh, but I might not have used a thick enough one. We'll see. We can get this a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to clean that. Let's try it again, and if I don't like it, I'm just going to flip it over. Okay, let's try it down here. Well, it's getting better. I actually like that one. So this is kind of the stamp itself is if you look at how it's supposed to stamp, it's really not, you know, a full solid stamp. It's supposed to be light and dark. Okay, so I think that's going to work. All right, so I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to go for it this time. Okay, so I'm going to hold it on there for a little bit. And I'm going to stamp it right here. Oh yeah, it's getting there now. Okay, got a little edge on that one, so I don't like that too much. I may need to cut another piece of cardstock. Let's try this one. Let's do the smaller one. Oh, it's pretty. I like it. Cleaned that, okay. As long as I clean the stamp, then I can. So pretty. Okay, clean that again. I'll go over here, get a different color. So you can see I'm kind of holding it down into the pad a little bit. See, so now you can see the difference. I went in a different spot and I actually got some different colors. Those are pretty. I'm crazy about that one little edge, but maybe I can cover that up with something later. Okay, and then I'm going to do one more. And I think I'm going to go right here. Those are so pretty. Those are gorgeous. Okay, I like it. All right, now what I could do is I actually could do one. I hate to waste this beautiful color. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll use the punch, and I'm just going to punch this one out. I don't know much about fish, and you get all these little pieces, and I know those are fins, but guys, I don't know where fins go, to be honest. I like that one. I think I might pop that one up. Okay. So there's the technique. There's my stamp pad. Easy cleanup because I could actually just wipe that out. It's all plastic, and then I can take it to the sink and just clean it, rinse it out. Okay, but I'll show you one more thing before I get rid of that pad, just as an idea. It's going to get ink on my fingers, which is going to kind of freak me out here, but let's try it. I'm going to take this pad. Okay, I'm going to try not to get too much ink on my fingers. That'll be interesting. Not sure how I'm going to do that because I need some pressure on it. And I'm actually going to make some art. Look at that. Especially like that part where the coral shows through. Oh, so pretty. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So I could actually punch fish out of that now. I didn't get ink on me, which is amazing. Pitch that before I get ink on myself. I will take that to the sink and wash it. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to let this dry. And I'm going to pop this up with a dimensional. Two dimensionals. And try to decide, I think I'm going to put it over this one. Cute. Okay, so I'm just going to show you something. I could just punch fish out of that. It's so cute. Let's do it. Okay, let's do both of them, small and a big. See? So you can make your fish, they kind of look like, what are those called, bluegills? I don't know. My husband fishes sometimes when we're at the country. I should ask him. So like I think if you were going to put the fins on them, you'd have to go something like this and put the little fin on. Oh, that'd be cute. That's cool, isn't it? Kind of did, but you know, fish aren't perfect. I love it. Okay, so we have this part done. And now I'm going to layer this on my cardstock. So I'm going to close my chamois. Oh, wait, I have to clean my stamp. Okay, clean that. Get a little ink on my block. Okay, so I have that done. This one's clean. Okay, so that's cute. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this to my card. So this was my piece that I was going to layer on. So this is, like I said, this is a piece of Pacific Point. Then I have a piece of Pool Party for my card base. And I'm going to adhere this to my card base. Okay, now it needs something else, right? It needs a sentiment. So rather than stamp something on here, I decided to go to Amazing Thanks dies. And I pulled out this die that says thanks. Okay, so these dies are very cool, right? They layer. They've got thanks, and then you've got the bigger thanks that it layers on, on top of. But I didn't really want to layer, I don't want it too thick, so I actually just cut it out of Pool Party, and I'm just going to make it the thinner layer. I'm not going to double up and make it layered on top of another color. Does that make sense? I think it does. Okay, so now I have, I'm not used to these sleeves. These are kind of bulky, and seem like they're getting in my way a little bit, but we're working through it. Okay, so I take that away. Now I have my silicone craft sheet. I'll put a little glue on the back. I don't need a lot. And, ooh, as I said that, a lot squeezed out. Whoops. Less is more, Trevis. Don't want it squeezing out onto my card. Okay. So just going to add this to my card. See, it did squeeze out a little bit. Ugh. Irritating. Because I used too much glue. Don't do that. Don't do what I did. Do what I say. That sounds like a mother, doesn't it? How many times have you said that to your kids? Don't do what I do. Do what I say. Okay. Looking cute. I think I'm going to use my little technique on that. Do you have an embossing buddy? If you have an embossing buddy, you can take it and kind of pat it on top of the glue. And it takes away the sticky. Okay. Man, it really squeezed out. Not happy about that, guys. Oh well. You get the idea. All right. So now we have the Fine Sparkle Adhesive Back Gems. These are from the mini catalog, the current mini catalog. And we are going to add some of these. We're going to cover up some flaws. Seems like I have a lot of flaws going on here. So I'm going to use several of these. I'm going to use a pool party. I'm going to cover that dot up. I'm going to use a... I don't have any mistakes over there, but I'm going to use a Pacific Point. Somebody used one and they left the glue. And I am going to, so when you use these, you need to kind of, you either need to use this and really dig underneath to get the glue with it. If you don't get the glue with it, put it back on and stick it back on so that and then push on it so that the glue will stick back to the dot, and then you can use the putty side. And I think it needs some down there, so I'm going to use a small one down there. And of course, I'm going to do 5. I'm going to do 3, then I got to do 5. Okay, so I'm going to go with a pool party. Okay, that makes me happy. So now you have seen how to do the baby wipe technique, make a stamp pad out of it, and you've also seen how to use the extra ink and make, and I could have made this bigger, right, because I had a lot of ink on that, and make some extra artwork. Okay, I have to show you, I got this limited edition stamp set, and I am in love with these little sayings. A paper hug from me, handcrafted from the heart, just a Stampin' Up logo, which is cool. If you're going to sell your, going to sell your cards, you need to put that on there. Hand stamped, just for you. So it's adorable. I think I'm going to do handcrafted from the heart. Okay. I'll put this on the back of my card. Oh, I don't have a stamp pad. I said I didn't need a stamp pad, but I do. I do Pacific Point. You do need a stamp pad if you're going to stamp. You can't use a reinker for that. Oh, that's so cute. Yes. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I will see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and enjoy the fall weather. Thanks so much. Bye.